Hi, I'm Tima Melissa, and last week I was talking about the sacred space between us and the people in our lives. This week I want to talk about the sacred space between you and yourself, between your smaller self and your higher self, between you and your soul, and between you and whatever you consider to be your source. It could be God, the universe, the big love that you might perceive as the binding factor in the universe. Whatever that is for you. So, how is your relationship with yourself and the different parts of yourself? Do you have this inner dialogue of encouragement or of hitting yourself on the head? Is it the stick or the carrot? Do you feel safe with yourself? Do you feel like someone you can trust and rely on? Or do you feel like you are not trustworthy and you have doubts that you will make it, whatever it is? So what expectations are you holding against yourself that is preventing you from experiencing those other sides of yourself? Because whatever we are thinking and feeling and adding of inner conversations with ourselves, that is what colors the relationship we have with ourselves. So you might want to look at that and see if there's anything you want to change, anything that is actually not your own, something you have taken on because that was what other people were telling you when you were younger. Like, pull yourself together, you can do this, you just have to push through it. And it was meant as encouragement, but it becomes this stick that just keeps driving you forward, but it takes out the joy and the pleasure of doing things. Or whatever it is that you are finding. And then there is the relationship with your source. How do you perceive your source? Is it something outside of yourself? Something bigger than yourself? Better than yourself? Or is it a part of yourself that is divine, pure, something you can rely on, that which holds you together when you are struggling in your human life? What is your relationship to the divine, to source? And what are you adding there? If you do prayers, are your prayers filled with gratitude and appreciation, or are they filled with begging and pleading? Do you feel like you don't deserve the good that your Creator will bestow upon you? Or do you feel that you need to be punished because you haven't been a good enough person? Or do you feel that you are co-creating with your source to co-create the most beautiful life for you, and that you can actually have whatever you are setting your attention to have, and that you can cooperate beautifully with the universe? That the universe always has your back, and that your most important task is to be clear about your intentions and what you are adding to that sacred space between you. Maybe you are asking for something in your prayers, but in your daily life, your actions are pointing elsewhere. They're pointing towards an expectation of something else to happen. Definitely not what you were praying for. And then you're wondering why it doesn't happen. Your life is a living prayer. Your actions and your words every day is a living prayer. So what you put your attention on is what you get more of. And if you want something new, you have to add something new to your vocabulary, to your actions, and then you'll see a shift. Something new will start happening. So, what are you adding to that sacred space between you and your source? And what are you adding to the sacred space within yourself, between you and your soul? Do you trust your soul to lead you somewhere good in your life? Or do you trust that you have to figure it all out on your own, and then, if you're lucky, you will end up in a good place? I hope you will find some good answers to your questions, and that you will discover that more is possible within yourself and within the relationship to your source if you change what you are putting into that space.